As promised, we're joined now by Paul LaMonica. We're going to talk a little Airbnb with Paul. Paul, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How you guys doing?
Doing well. What do you make of Airbnb after their earnings release earlier this week?
Yeah, I think that the numbers for the first quarter were fairly solid, but the second quarter could be more challenging, and it's why investors are worried. And the stock tumbled, about 11% yesterday, down again today. I think that there are legitimate concerns about a possible spring travel slowdown. And part of it is tough comps to last year because a lot of people, I think, were traveling again as pandemic fears started to fade. But you have the accumulated impact of inflation, weighing on consumer sentiment. And, the company sounded pretty cautious in its earnings release.
When you look at Airbnb over the last couple of years, they've had a number of different issues ranging from guests having giant parties that caused all kinds of problems to different issues with how their fees, add-on fees were displayed and things like that. Is there anything along those lines that is facing them now, or do those things seem to be pretty much cleaned up at this point?
Yeah, I'm not sure if cleaned up entirely would be accurate to say, but I do think that from an investing standpoint and from most consumers, I don't get the sense that bad press for Airbnb is really plaguing it anymore. It's really, I think, more of a macro issue that's going to be the big challenge for the company. And you've got competition as well. I mean, Airbnb is still the dominant player in this space, but VRBO is another major company that is out there, and obviously Airbnb also has to still contend with the traditional lodging industry. Hotels haven't gone away entirely.
Is there any chance that we may just be seeing too many properties also that have been purchased with the sole express use being, hey, I'm going to rent this out on Airbnb, and maybe there's too much supply on that side?
Yeah, there definitely, I think, is this sense that there might be a glut, and given that there are worries about the housing market strength overall as interest rates have crept higher and people start to worry about potential recession, maybe later this year or 2024. I think that definitely is having an impact as well, and you may wind up needing to see just a lower supply of actual homes for rent on the market. But the good news for Airbnb, I think, is that you still are seeing the company talk about how long-term stays are a big generator of revenue. It's not just people looking to take vacations. You do have this sense that there are a lot of people that want these month or longer stays in housing for rent.
What do they define as a long-term stay? Is that more than 2 weeks? Is it more than a month? I just want to get a sense of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to look that up, to be honest. I don't know how they define specifically what their long-term rental stay is. I think it's you're definitely looking at probably a month at least, but I'm not 100% sure about what their specific long-term rental category is.
Is there anything else that Airbnb is trying right now in terms of trying to recapture some of the growth that they've seen previously? Any new initiatives?
Yeah, they do have a new category that they've just unveiled for room rentals that I think is going to be interesting. Whether or not they are looking to do more in the apartment area, individual rooms, private rooms. So that, I think, is something that could be an area of growth for Airbnb beyond just the traditional housing rental.
Very good. Paul, appreciate you joining us today. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one, guys.
That is Paul LaMonica talking Airbnb.